Well, welcome to the first Gtown podcast. Wanted to set something up to bring coaches, players, opportunity to showcase some of the players in Montgomery County and also players that play with Gtown so that we can give them light and shine. So hopefully we can continue with this and, someone can benefit from it, from hearing about a player that maybe other people didn't know about. And so that's the idea with this. So hopefully we can continue and other people can follow and, give us contributions so that we could, make it better for the future. Anything you want to say?
No, this is a great platform for Montgomery County. Like Phil said, we want to shine, let the light be shined on Montgomery County players. We got a lot of talent here that we just want to showcase and make sure everybody know they're on the map too.
Yeah, I would just follow up on that. I would, particularly for public high school kids, obviously this area is a hotbed of high school basketball,
right.
But most of the people you hear about are in private school, the Mathis, the Paul, the Six, whatever. And like y'all said, there's a lot of good players at the various Montgomery County public schools, and they deserve to get a little bit of light and shine.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of us went to Montgomery County schools, and we wish we would have had something like this. There's so many times where we talk and we say, man, I remember this player was good, this player. With social media, even with social media, there's still not enough shine on some of the players that we want to highlight. One of the players gets a lot of publicity anyway already. But the other ones, honestly, just from what I hear in general, it's maybe someone hears something about a player that now gets some interest from a coach that maybe they wouldn't have gotten it, right? That's what we want, right? And so that maybe we can continue it in the future, having to watch some of these players in the future if they want to continue it. And that's all we want, because these years go by quick. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna be on the couch with us at some point, right? So before that happens, shine, and maximize it. So that's what we want to do with this. Anything else we want to talk about before we want to jump into some of the players that are the top players in the county?
I think we're ready to jump into it, and stay tuned. We got some good interviews coming. We got a couple of top players coming up that we are going to interview.
Okay.
Let's hop into the top players.
All right. So in no order, I think some of you guys have seen Boogie Cooper.
Oh yeah.
And so we've seen him. He played with Gtown as well, and he was a little youngin'. Always a little younger, right. But he got a lot of heart, and now he's leading Richard Montgomery. Last year, almost went to the States Finals, right? Mm-hmm. So this year, I know he had a couple of games with 29 points. And I know he did it again. So he's putting them behind, back to back to back. And it's hard because this is a player that people are keen on,
right?
And they still can't stop him.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think he's a complete player. He can score, and I like the ball pressure that he puts on defenders now. But his scoring just off the charts. I got a chance to watch him play last week, and he was smooth. He took his time, and when his opportunity came for him to score, he took advantage of it inside out. He even had like a sick crossover and made a three-point shot. So yeah, he's definitely one of the top players in Montgomery County.
Yeah, I think we got that in the highlights, actually.
Yeah.
Did you coach him?
Yeah, I did when maybe it was in third grade. It was like during the summertime we were doing these little tournaments down in Virginia.
Did we go to South?
No, we used to go to Virginia, but I can't think of the name of the place we used to go. We did a lot of tournaments there, but Boogie used to come and play on my team, and when we went down there, it would be like Boogie, and then we had like Chris Cam, Shane, Irvin. Yeah. But even then, and Boogie was a year behind.
Yeah.
No, I think he's the same year.
He's the same year, but we always thought
But he was little. He was little back then, but because I remember the first time he came, because I knew Joe, but I had never seen Boogie, and instantly I put him in the game. Back then when you had if you had one good player like that, they could just because little kids, third grade. But even and seeing him now, and I think from even when he was little to now, he's such a smart, what you call high IQ. He's got all the skill. He's got the wiggle. He's got the jumper, and he's got the IQ. He knows, he can really control the game with the ball in his hand.
Now, what I like about him, he has a lot of heart. What you can't measure, right? No. And so sometimes in teams, actually coaches, that's what we look for. You know what I mean? Like, you look for a player that has that heart, because you know when it's down, that heart is going to lift up in the game, and that's what he's doing, Richard Montgomery, because they lost Mayo, and they still win it, They're a small team, but here he is getting rebounds, shooting threes, so definitely,
he's fun to watch. He is fun to watch play as well.
I love that he picks up 94, because if you look at the counting, not too many people do that, and not do it without, with hands, right? He slides his feet, and then get the steal, and so that's unique, right? So I like that. You're right, it is nice to watch him. Another player, I got to watch. I didn't know him, he came out of nowhere, but this Alex Welch guy from Sherwood. Now people are going to be surprised. They're going to be like, who the hell is this dude? But, it was a scrimmage I watched, and I also watched him play against Whitman. Impressive player. He can shoot, he defends, he's long, he has bounce. I think when I came to the gym, you're like, damn, Phil, you missed, So I know it's not just the one game, it's not a dunk, but sometimes you can watch someone, because I didn't see him last year. Sherwood had a pretty good team last year. I don't remember if he contributed as much, but I was impressed from what I saw, and they're 6-0. They got some football players on there. I know Khalil left, Richard Montgomery. He's very athletic. He's, I wouldn't, he didn't score as much, but when you have pieces of people that do, their roles, now you got a player that's versatile, now he can expand, right? Okay. And I think with him, he shoots, he scores, he defends, he looks like he's coachable. I think he's someone on the rise that people need to consider.
I haven't had the opportunity to see him play, but I'm going to go with your judgment.
Other than the scrimmage, I haven't. But he did, I do remember him knocking down some threes and stuff, but I wasn't paying close enough attention to be like, But other than the dunk, you couldn't miss that one. But.
What I kind of look at is, do you have the ability to impact the game, not just one way, right? And if you're able, we just talked about Boogie, he's able to shoot threes, he's able to play defense, get easy buckets, right? So this guy, shoot threes, he can drive, he probably 90% from the free throw line, right? So that's a hard player to guard, right? And so you think about projecting to college, I mean, he's like 6'3" or whatever. So again, that's a sneaky player, right? That's what I think. But their team is balanced, and so...
And you need balance.
You need balance.
Well, speaking of balance, I think let's talk about the Springbrook guys. We didn't key on one guy because Springbrook, they undefeated, and they got arguably 3 to 4 players
I think they got 5 players.
5 players. You said 5.
I think they got 5 players. I wouldn't say that they're all on the same caliber, but if one is down, right, someone else picks up. Right. I think
arguably, who's your best player on there?
I can't think of
Jordan, number 10.
Yeah, I think it's number 10.
Yeah, I would have to.
I think he's probably the best player.
I like Cade.
I like Cade too. I think Cade's game coming from when he was playing with us last spring. I think his confidence. You can see it when he was playing with us last spring. Some game, he would be. The confidence was not there.
Look, when we went to Tennessee, he had everybody watching him, and I think his confidence built from there, right? And so I think when he was young also, he used to be the kid that's just shooting. Y'all know his dad?
Yeah.
I mean, his dad was a prolific scorer at Springfield. Went to George Mason, and they went to, the final Elite 8?
No, they went to the Final Four.
Oh, he was on that team?
Fowler and Campbell.
It'd be UConn.
Fowler and Campbell.
I didn't realize he was on that team.
I think, I don't know if y'all agree, when we bring the other guests on, the two players that we all think is one of the tops as well, I think he's the best shooter in the county.
Oh, I don't think that. I don't think
you think he's the best shooter in the county?
He's the best shooter in the county.
I think so.
I don't know.
Because he's got a combination of range and accuracy.
Yeah, high percentage and step back. Like, if you got a player like that on your team, it makes your driving lanes easy.
I don't know. I might have to give it to Baba. I'm just thinking.
Baba?
Yeah, I think Baba's the best shooter.
I think Baba might be the best scorer.
He's also the best shooter.
I don't know. They play each other later.
We'll find out.
So we'll see.
I would say
Okay.
I put it this way, I never feel like he's going to miss. Every time he shoots the ball, I have a good feeling, it's going in.
Look, even in AAU, we play tough teams or whatever. Some teams collapse in. You always need a shooter to open it up. And even though, that's one of the things we had to work on him, and I think he's improved his defense. His defense was suspect, right? But not anymore. I think he's improved.
That had a lot to do with the physical aspect. When we went to some of those tournaments, they got physical, he kind of shrunk a little bit. I think he's past that.
Well, I gotta agree, because yesterday just watching, I don't know what 23 the name is for Paint Branch. He put a lot of pressure on him, and he just the muscle dude.
He handled it good.
He handled it good. He just ran right by him, dished it off to the corner for a three.
If somebody was really physical with him, he used to take a beating.
But he's come a long way. He's come a long way, and he could drive, he could shoot. I like Roman. I used to say he was one of the best shooters. Now Roman's gotten bigger.
He's changed. His role has changed. He can still knock down the shot, but his role has definitely changed.
To me, he's the leader on that team.
He's the leader? No, Jordan's the leader. I think Jordan's the leader.
Maybe Jordan does it quietly, but I hear Roman talking and telling everybody where to be. And so
I can see that. I can see that.
He's the leader.
And they got Devin the Haitian.
Well, I also get Bobby. His name Bobby?
Who's Bobby?
Who the hell is Bobby? The other guard on the sprint break, the light skin.
That's Brian, man.
Brian. Sorry, Brian. Bobby.
What's his name?
Patty.
Bobby.
He's a good player.
I was impressed yesterday.
He's a very good player. He benefits from playing with a lot of other good
players. He creates on his own. I don't think he's benefiting. He's a slasher.
I think they're a veteran team. They're a veteran team, so they complement each other. Because remember, they were 13-0, whatever, in JV.
Right. That's true.
So that's the same team that this coach brought with them when she was in varsity. She was a freshman. When they were freshmen, she had them.
Right.
Then the coach left. She got them as a sophomore. It's the same team. So you're talking about 4 years of being together. Right? So that's how it used to be. Like when we were in high school, we played with a team. We come up together, we ready. And seniors, that's what they look like. When they play teams that are not together, it's bully ball. It's bully ball. It's just taking candy. Just taking candy. So I agree with y'all. I think they have 5 players. I don't know if you could say one is going to be the best player.
I think if it was, it would be number 10.
Well, Jordan. I think Jordan. I think he's inside out.
He's inside out.
He's the hustle guy. He gets rebounds. He shoots threes. So he's able to. He has timely baskets. So I think he's definitely a good player. He's a good free throw shooter too. What about Isaiah?
Why you throwing Isaiah in there? I mean, I think the next highlight is Chase Mitchell.
Oh, Chase, my bad.
You don't like Chase? What's wrong with Chase?
No, Chase dad, but
I'm giving you props, Chase.
I haven't seen you play this year, Chase, but they tell me you're averaging 20, so I'm gonna have to go along with it. But
have you seen Chase play before?
Oh, I've seen Chase play.
What do you know about his game?
This podcast, check out BGO Blind Pig, the official podcast of BG Obsession.com. BGO Blind Pig is a roundtable discussion.
His style is like, in my opinion.
Alabama plays defense. Steph Curry don't play defense.
Chase is
all that. You ain't in this. No wonder you don't know. Go watch movie.
Chase has always been a very good player. You could always feel comfortable if you had Chase in the game, handle the ball, and things like that. So it's not surprising that he's doing what he's doing.
To me, he's always been a good shooter. Like, that's why I remember him. He's a good shooter. Right?
He has that odd shooting, that one-handed shoot, but he makes it.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing that since.
He takes the right shot. He don't take dumb shots.
Fourth grade.
Like
he can put pressure on the ball.
Him and Boogie, I think, are probably on the ball, probably the best in the county. That I've seen. The Pink Branch dude, the muscle dude, I like him too. But different type. He look like he's hacking.
Well, I was more talking about Isaiah Lee.
I think Isaiah Lee is one of the better players in the county.
I mean, the next person that we have a highlight on is not Isaiah Lee.
Okay.
Who's that?
Well,
that's Baba.
Baba obviously has the highest ceiling of anybody in the county. He's only playing because he's choosing to. It's what he wants to do. If he wanted to be any of the private schools, that's what he would be.
If you enjoyed this podcast, check out BGO Blind.
Since he was in the 4th and 5th grade, he's always been
playing up.
If you enjoyed this podcast, check out BGO Blind
He got the size, he can shoot, he can handle. He is probably going to be a D1 player.
Well, not probably. Probably. That's definitely. That's the NBA.
That'd be one. He's going NBA.
I mean, he got a lot of offers right now. Like you said, he was. They got him at the method.
They got rounds coming for. Who comes to Blake?
That's right.
They got Arkansas coming to Blake. UCLA, Duke came to Blake. The coach,
Calipari.
Coach don't hate, but I don't think they would have had that many players. Those Calipari in the hallways. Calipari in the hallways. You know what I mean? They're coming to see Baba.
They the first school I seen when I pulled up to the parking lot. I seen a sign that says recruiters. His recruiters parking. Like I haven't seen that at any location. I'm like,
but even when we played Baba, I think we had our AAU team last year before we traveled. When we played them, I had to put like 3 people on them. Rotate. I mean, he's a player.
Well, I mean,
he's come a long way. He should be soft.
I mean, his work ethic. I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, he works hard. Talking to the dad in the past, he probably shoots like 2,000 jump shots a day. He does a lot of training, him and his brother. So I mean, so that's why he's reaping the benefits of this.
And he's 6'9".
He's 6'9". You can't teach that.
I mean, 6'9".
He's 5'9". He doing all that.
We wouldn't even be talking about it.
He's the best player in Moco County.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, because he's not a player with speed. So
that's true.
So when we talk about Boogie and Chase, what do we say? Man, they play full court D. They can shoot. Baba can shoot, but I wouldn't say full court D is his thing. 6'9" is his thing, and he can shoot. Look, even ESPN talking about the next Kevin Durant.
Right. So I mean, he's training with Kevin Durant at times.
So that's the best player. Period.
There's no question.
So I mean, it's hard to match up against. So I haven't seen Blake play in person.
It's fun when we've had teams and we play against him because I think the kids get play against him. The games are fun. A lot of times his dad his dad always has other good players, but obviously Baba's always and people get up to play him, and it's a fun.
I have to say too, that's a good kid.
No, he's a great kid.
Well, I mean, the dad is doing a great job, right? From a distance.
He seems humble. He seems all that.
So now we can get into your Isaiah Lee. Damn, you doing that?
That's Alex's favorite player.
Why are you doing that? Is he paying?
He ain't paying me, but I've been calling his name out, so it's about the time. I remember him, and you guys say y'all remember, but I remember when when you coached against him.
No, I knew we used to play. His dad used to coach.
Exactly, that's what I felt.
I don't remember.
Because when you wasn't playing, you had your separate team.
But I remember Jaysen. I remember Jaysen playing against them. That's why I remember.
Jaysen may have, but we played against him a lot.
Okay.
Like teams with he was definitely on some of those teams. But we used to play him all the time. We used to play him in that Kraus. cross county league.
Oh yeah, I love that league. With Mike.
His dad used to coach the team.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And he was the like they had a lot of athletes, but they was not
the
even
main
basketball.
player. Yeah, he was the main player. He's the one scoring. Yeah, that's what I remember.
What's happening in Paint Branch.
It was very similar to exactly what it is at Paint Branch now. That's how the Unity teams was.
Right, but I think he's improved on defense. I think his defense was good. Is good. His scoring is obviously speaks for itself.
He's a solid player.
Solid player.
Yeah.
I mean, I see his dad put stuff on social media.
Yeah.
So I think he's like going to some school.
Yeah. He got a few offers. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, he's a solid player. I'm impressed with his defense because he didn't play defense before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he is definitely in the discussion.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so.
Are there any? Is there any more players on
the two players that we're bringing in?
Okay. Before we get to them, are there any players that what if they did this or they did that, we will be talking about? I got one off the top of my head.
Let me hear your
That's a good.
Mine is right there here at Seneca is Ian Bully.
Oh yeah.
I think, if he gets the right mindset, he could be one of the dollar players in the county. I mean, you seen when he's going good, like the Paint Branch game, he's a monster. Like you said, he's a difference maker.
Yes.
I think maybe some maturity, but he's one of the, if he gets the, I think, mindset and, and then maybe some work ethic.
Work ethic.
He want to get himself in shape.
No, he could be dominant for sure. But the players that we're talking about put in the work.
That's what I'm saying.
So to me, like, you can't be half and then say what if, because the what if to me players, I would say Cam Nitty is a what if.
Definitely.
Because he's not playing basketball. But if he was on that Northwest, I know he played yesterday, but he didn't really play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if it was him and Wells like it was last year, I mean, it's done. You know what I mean?
Plus, his mindset is football.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what he's doing. So he's even last year, I don't think he was all in on, because he knew even at that point that football was what he was going to do.
Yeah. I mean, what if? I don't know too many of them players.
Well, I got one for you. I like the kid from Kennedy.
Which one?
The one that come off the bench. The one we
the 2026?
Junior. The junior, yeah.
The tall one.
Yeah, he got tall. Just remembering from AAU, but he's gotten taller. He got a great feel for the game. He can pass. He plays hard on defense. He blocks a lot of shots.
Yeah, Kennedy
ignites that offense. Yeah, and he can score too. So he can hit threes. He can take it to the basket. He goes to the free throw line a lot. So I think he's a player that you could say.
I would say don't sleep on kids from Whitman. The point guard is shifty. They got two shooters on the side. They got some kids that rebound. I know we're focusing on, we'll talk about teams later, but they got some players on their team,
They have good players. I don't think they have great one-on-one players, but they got good enough players, and they buy into what that coach wants them to do, and they do it. It's still stereotypical. We think, a white team.
But
they run that stuff to a T.
I would say that, but they were in the state championship.
Right.
So that means they beat a lot of teams.
Is the point guard still there? The one that killed us last year?
He's still there.
Sometimes they.
I would say he's one of the best players in the county.
I don't know his name, but he can get buckets.
He gets buckets. I mean,
he's shifty.
Every time he gets the ball, he's a fast break.
It's hard.
It don't matter if it's a made match or not. He's gone.
So what if I put him in that category too? Because I don't see enough of him.
He might be.
He might be already.
Like if he was making an all-county team, first and second team, he's on one of those teams.
If they keep winning, right? I mean, you're winning.
He's a good player. I thought he was gone.
No, he's there.
Senior.
They just lost maybe one or two players. Whitman is a great team. I don't think they're the best team, but they're a great team.
I was just going to say, I think sometimes the sacrifices that players make to be like on a great team like that, on a good team, great team, that sometimes it outshadows like sometimes they put aside like their scoring or whatever, they're scoring that make sure that the team success comes first. So sometimes they don't get that chance to like go out and average 20 plus and so forth. So I think that's where that is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can segue into the guests that we're bringing. All right. So remember earlier you did like this, and you were like Isaiah Lee, right?
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, you think?
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got two players that I'm doing this for.
Okay.
Because I've seen them since growing up to what they're doing now.
Uh-huh.
Each of them were 4A West players of the county or that region. So first we're gonna talk to Anthony West. So let's just clap it up for Anthony West.
Welcome.
Anthony Wells. Anthony Wells. He looked at me, he was like, West. Come on, man. So, Wells, how you doing today, man?
Pretty good.
All right. So, what are your accomplishments that you want to, what are the accomplishments that you want to do this year in your basketball season?
For just me or my team?
Both.
Individually, I felt like last year I should have made all county, so definitely trying to make all county this year.
Yep.
As a team, we're trying to win the division, and then obviously, states. So that's the goal.
Okay.
States and win the division and all county, and then from there,
What are the challenges you think that you have to overcome in order to get to that? Like, because it's work that you have to put into, and I don't think people realize how much work it takes to get to that level. So let people know, like, what do you perceive as challenges that you have to overcome?
I would say, like in the game, like keeping your head up when you're missing shots. You just gotta keep going, have the confidence to keep going. And like as a team, you really, as a team, like you see your team down, you really just gotta like take over. If nobody's putting up any buckets, you really just gotta take over. So yeah.
What do you enjoy about this year versus last year?
I would say, I feel like it just feels more like the team feels like closer. I don't know how to like explain it, but the team just feels more like closer. I feel like we're doing more things outside of basketball to get us closer. So yeah, I feel like that's helping us in the games. Yeah.
Who do you who do you pattern your game after? If you was to say that.
I'd probably a little Giannis, little Giannis, little KD, little Paul George. I like all those people. I like DeMarcus Cousins too a lot. Yeah.
Oh, DeMarcus Cousins, wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. I didn't think DeMarcus Cousins was gonna get shot up, but
that's old school.
That's
old school reference.
So you more of an inside out kind of.
Yeah, I feel like at this level I can play outside and inside, post up, or play from the outside.
Okay. And as far as like this year, I understand you guys are doing well. What would you say that contribute to you guys' success?
I feel like I feel like when we have 5 people on the court, everyone can score. I feel like we don't have like a guy, weakness guy. I feel like whoever he puts in, they can do something. So I feel like that's a good part of our team. Everyone can score.
Well, and you also mentioned your defense is on point. Like, is it more the coaching this year that, the new coach that brought that over, or is it more like guys are buying into like, hey, we got to defend to like take our game, if we want to go to state or if we want to accomplish our goals and things like that?
Yeah, I would say because I want to consider us like the best like scoring team. Okay. But, if we can lock, whoever down, then we can win a lot of games. So we can do that in the Magruder game. So we play defense then. You can win a lot of games. Okay.
Now I had the opportunity to coach a couple of players on your team, and I know they freshmen. Yeah. And I know you the big dog. You the senior. And how are you guiding them through all this, and how you helping them through? Because there's gonna be some ups and downs, and I know they always say the rookie slump and so forth. So we'll just say the freshman slump. Like how would you like help them overcome that?
I feel like just like make him enjoy it, just hype him up before the game. I feel like, well, Henry, I think it's his second game back. He came with an injury. You know, he's playing. You know, he's doing cool. I feel like Edison really like showing out for a freshman.
Okay.
You know, I feel like he looks comfortable on the court too. I feel like he's gonna be pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share to those that are out there that may not know about you, maybe even coaches that might see this? What is a takeaway that you want people to hear about it?
I feel like, I don't really say much on the court, but you know, I put some work in outside the basketball court, and I just really work in silence. You know, I don't really say too much. Just work in silence.
And you are a football player as well.
Oh yeah, I play some football too. Yeah.
So explain the transition from football to basketball, and because it seems like it's been pretty seamless. So what's your secrets to success on that?
Well, usually I'll just, for when football starts, I play football. Then when playoffs come, I start, getting some shots up,
Okay, that's smart.
outside of it, just a little bit. And then when the season comes in, I just transition all the way into it. So yeah.
So one question before we transition to the next guest is, what do you think was because you guys were favored in football.
Yeah.
So tell me a little something about that and how you played from the season.
So, how to say what happened? I don't know. Like, we had all the pieces. I think it was injuries.
Yeah.
We had a lot of injuries, like, throughout the whole season. I think we had, like, 15 players at one time. Mm-hmm. And then for me, I was one of the people who got hurt. So, I came back that playoff game that we lost. Mm-hmm. And, we all tried to put our hearts out, but it just wasn't enough.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think it was really injuries that put us downfall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what position do you play in football?
I play linebacker and safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you like? What sport do you like better? Like, what would you say? Basketball? I know it's probably gonna be hard, right?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I don't know. I think I enjoy basketball more. I don't know. Something about. I think it's like the atmosphere.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. Just I feel like football is more of a. Basketball's a team sport, but like. I feel like when someone's just talking that trash, you can really just give me the ball, do something real quick, Yeah.
Gotcha.
Probably say basketball.
We definitely appreciate your response.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to continue and transition to the next guest, but you guys played each other, so we do want to hear about that game and just takeaways from the game when you guys play one another.
Right.
So to that end, next person that we have on this panel here. All right. So we're going to transition to the next guest, and you could take the lead eventually, initially.
All right. So our next guest is no other than Jaysen Moise. Obviously, this is Dad right here, Phil. Had the pleasure of, knowing Jaysen since birth. And also, I had the opportunity to coach him, over the years when he was younger. And, for me, he was, 5th or 6th grade. I can't remember what grade he was, and I had an 8th grade team, and he was able to come on that team. I remember talking to him about what we run and so forth, and he looked at me, he was like, yeah, I'm good. And I'm like, man, this kid, he understands it. So definitely been making a lot of noise at Seneca for the last few years. He's a senior this year as well, and we want to welcome you to the podcast. All right.
So, similar, what do you aspire for the season for yourself and your team?
Really, my specific goal is to get 1,000 points for my whole Seneca career. And really, everybody wants to go to states. I want to go to states with my team, but I just want to get past at least the second round, because these past 2 years, we've been stuck at the first round for a minute, and just want to get past the second round and then so on. And then I also want to get a positive record at least. I'm pretty sure last year it was like 8-15 around there. So I want to get at least above 10. And we can get more than that, I would love that. And I just really want my team to just play with me and have great energy with me. That's really it.
All right. So what are the challenges that you foresee this year for you to accomplish those goals? Either for yourself or for your team?
For my team, really need to work on moving the ball. Been talking to coach about this and my teammates. Just got to really work on having less turnovers really execute with each other, don't let down so easily and so quick. Just like last game against Northwest, I feel like we gave up way too fast, and for sure we gotta focus on the teams that we're gonna play on. We have a lot of good teams this year. We got RM, Sherwood, Churchill, all them, and just really want to focus on just making sure our team is right and prepared for this moment.
All right, so we know you're the leader of the Seneca team. There's only a few of you guys that are returning this year. How do you keep your team motivated? I know I've got a chance to watch at least 3 or 4 of y'all games, and y'all had some highs and some lows. How do you keep your team motivated, and how you keep them moving forward to make sure that you guys are successful and they meeting the team goals that you guys want to accomplish?
I feel like it definitely starts in practice. We always I feel like our warm-up is great, what we do for our warm-up. And we have the music playing, get everybody hyped, get energy, so it has a good flow during practice. And I feel like our chemistry is a lot better this year.
Okay.
These past years, I just feel like just been on and off with a few players and stuff, but this year, I don't know what it is, but we just feel like we're tighter, and even though we lost like 3 games so far, I just feel like we have a tight bond, and yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So like I asked our previous guest, Anthony, what are you, who do you pattern your game after?
I really look up, all my life I've been looking up to John Wall.
John Wall, okay.
Now, I've been looking up to a little more of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay.
And then I really love them. I just love their game, especially John Wall. That's where I got my pull-up mid-range from. That's where I learned that shot from him.
Okay.
And Shea, I just love the way how he just keeps calm during the game no matter what. And yeah.
Yeah, I think the difference between you guys and definitely is, I think you guys, y'all games are, what basketball is about. Like, you got mid-range, he can go inside out. You drive the ball to the basket, you understand the game. You're not settling for 3-point shots. You're not taking a lot of threes. What made you want to keep that up like that?
Mainly, I just want to make sure everybody looks at me as a good player, and I always listen to what my dad says and my family says. I always listen to them, so I keep that in mind when I'm playing. And I always try my best to stay consistent and always play with confidence, and just always want to just make people proud. And I know some people have bad games and stuff, but no matter what, I always want to keep it straight up and make sure I'm playing hard every single time. And yeah.
And what do you think separates you from a lot of the players?
I feel like what separates me is mainly my athleticism.
Okay.
And how I attack the ball and how I show how bad I want it when I'm on offense. Defense, I feel like I can do more for sure. I can grab more rebounds, play full court when I can. I know I can play full court, but I feel like I'm focused more on conserving my energy more since I have to do a lot for the team, mainly this year. So I just want to be a dog, try my best to be a dog all game. And yeah.
Okay.
So for people that are watching this and coaches, whomever, what do you want them to know about you?
Yeah, I just want people to know that I just want to keep that dog mentality in me. I always play hard. I want to play hard every single time. I want to make sure people who are watching me know that I want it. I want everything. I want to win. I want my team to be great. I want us to win. I just want everything to be perfect. And that's really it.
Okay. Just like Anthony, you're also a quiet leader. What do you bring? Like, how do you lead your team by being quiet like that? Like Kawhi Leonard. Like, how do you get your players to buy in and lead by example? What do you do that separates you? Because most players that are leaders, they are more vocal and they're able to ignite. But I know there's different type of leadership. Some are quiet and they lead by example. But I'll let you go ahead.
I've always been pretty quiet all my life, but I really just want people to look at me, even though I don't talk as much, but I just want them to say that I'm always locked in and like just look at me as I'm always gonna keep going no matter what, and I just want people to look at me as like I'm always play hard, and then
Okay.
All right. So I think what we wanted to do, since you both of you guys played each other yesterday, just give a brief summary. I mean, because we
said it was not necessary, but
not necessary. Hey, look, they played each other, right? So just for everyone's background, Northwest and Seneca, both of these gentlemen play. Anthony plays on Northwest. Jaysen plays on Seneca. They've played together in years growing up, right? And so now they happen to play on the Rivals, a rival team that had the coach that left Seneca to go to Northwest. This was their first game. So with that, as Alex said, Northwest got that win, right? And so high level, what were you guys thinking when you guys played one another? Anthony first.
Going in, I mean, you don't want to underestimate any team, and they had beat Paint Branch, so I was like, okay. So going in the game, just wanted to play hard, obviously Jaysen, you want to try to limit him, so that was our main goal, limit Jaysen, and then try to let someone else try to win the game for them.
That's my philosophy. Jaysen, what were your thoughts going in playing Northwest?
Going in and started the week, I was already, even after the Paint Branch game, I was excited for the game, always thinking about it, because it was a big game. And then once game time hit and the warm-ups, I was ready, adrenaline rush, and we started good in the first quarter, but I'm not going to get into too much right now. But I just felt great. Like, it felt great to be out there, seeing old coaches, and my coach right now, and then I love the rivalry against us. It's always great seeing my old friends from Northwest. And
okay,
one of their coaches is actually one of our old coaches.
Oh yeah,
really? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves you. Yeah, he loves you. He's like, is there any way we can get Wells? We need Wells? So couldn't, but all good, Now it was always a dream. Alex and I always said there's a way we can get some of y'all to play, like whether it's you, Cam, Jaysen, Roman, like, man, be dominating the county.
Yeah,
but, unfortunately, that's why we're doing this, so that people could know that you guys are dominating in your own way. And so wishing the success as we go. And so to that end, I think for the next piece, we're all going to talk about the top teams in the county. I'd like to get some of your inputs too, right, as we go. We're going to transition and just talk about it. You heard us talk about some of the players that we believe. I put you guys in there as well, right? We knew you were going to be interviewing, so we couldn't say, Anthony Wells, Jaysen Moise, right? But now, now we're talking about teams. From what you are envisioning, how do you guys see as the top teams from your perspective, right? And it's not throwing any shade. It's just not a bad team, just from your perspective. I'm going to talk to you, Jaysen, you first. Tell me from what you've seen. Tell me who your top 3 teams are in the county.
Top 3 teams, I'll say, definitely got to go with, I'm not going in order, but I'm going to go RM.
Richard
Montgomery, Sherwood, then definitely got to throw in Whitman and Blake.
Wow, you didn't say Springbrook.
Springbrook.
I mean, they beat y'all by. They beat y'all by
top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
All right.
Hey, you had to throw that in there.
Hey, that's a reminder.
Are we gonna say Springbrook, Whitman, Sherwood, Richard Montgomery? I put Northwest at 5.
You said
Northwest,
Blake, right?
so now Blake?
Now you threw out Blake.
Blake.
Blake is undefeated too.
We don't play them, so I don't.
Okay, that's fair.
Really.
So Springbrook, Sherwood, Richard Montgomery, Whitman, and Northwest. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
Yeah, I got Blake, Whitman, Springbrook. Am I including Northwest?
You can include
Yeah, I
Northwest?
got us in there, Northwest. From what I've seen, Richard Montgomery. Yeah,
Okay. You guys like Richard Montgomery.
yeah, they're a pretty good team.
I think they got good cohesion, and they're well coached. I have to say that. So no Paint Branch.
I think Paint Branch is a sleeper, but I don't know.
Paint Branch is definitely good. Like, even I was surprised when we beat them. That whole game in general. Like, they're a good team, but
I don't think they got size. I think that's what's going to hurt them. They don't have enough size on their team.
It's true.
So, I mean, they got that one kid. What was number 10 or 11? The one that inside, he can shoot threes and he can rebound.
Oh, yeah. They came off the bench.
Right.
Yeah.
So they got him, but to me, he's the only size. I mean, they got another kid, but he's more of he's athletic. He can jump, but.
And the county, is they really sized, though? That's why Coach Bill was talking about Ian. Because if he picks it up, that's why I think Alex Greenfield, is that his name? That's been a big contribution for Northwest. He's getting 10 rebounds a game. You got someone that can get rebounds.
I think, like Springbrook, I think they got, enough size. Like the two starters. Well, I think Roman and Jordan, they both over 6'2", 6'3". So that's enough size. But when I say like,
yeah, but you got a guy. I just said,
go ahead.
how tall is Alex? 6'6"?
All right, 6'4",
6'4"?
5', 6'4".
He hyping it up.
But hold on,
You guys still 6'7"?
hold on. Is Ian not bigger than Alex?
Yeah, he is.
So he's really 6'7".
Who?
Yeah.
I don't know. He look pretty tall in the court.
Yeah.
6'7", man.
He's 6'7".
6'7"?
Look,
The bus makes him 6'7", right?
Look, he might fall on the ground, but I'm telling you, if he can pick it up, because the lack of size in the county,
Right.
But it's a mentality too,
Yeah,
right?
it's a mentality.
This is why I think those teams are the best teams, because Northwest, their leaders, senior laden, right? They've been around. So with Wells, with Alex,
Okay.
some of the other players, right? They've been around.
Yeah.
Springbrook, starting 5 and 6,
right.
been around.
Right.
Whitman, they were in the States. They're bringing back their whole team. They've been around, right? Boogie's been playing for 3 years at Richard Montgomery, right? They've been around. So every team that you're talking about is continuity. Some of the teams that are struggling are brand new, right? So it takes time. Like when you talk about a team, you just can't throw them together.
No, you can't.
Now, Blake has done that.
Yeah.
But Bobber's been there for 2 years. And he's an exceptional player.
Yeah, but they got a good surrounding cast around them.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Their guys been there though. They got
they got a couple guys, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. The point guard and the dude with the bush
and the short cut.
and Taj.
Yeah.
Taj played at Gtown too. So it was a lot of exposure. So before we clear you guys, anything you guys want to say? Before we bring back Coach Bill in to close out the pod.
I don't got nothing.
Okay. All right, so we hope to get you guys. We'll be monitoring you. I know we're about to go into the Christmas break. Want to wish you guys Merry Christmas. And we're definitely going to be pulling up, right? There's another coach in Gtown, Coach Derek. We're always talking about. You'd be surprised how grown adults are watching you guys like this is the NBA, right? So it's good that you guys can, let people know who you are, because I know people are going to start tracking you guys. And so the dot is on your back now, right? So again, this is what the intention is, because we know you can cover it. So we appreciate you guys joining us, and we wish you luck for the season.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you guys. All right. Appreciate you.
That's what we doing.
Yeah, just random sports,
All right, we good.
We good? Yes. Before we end out, I know this is a Montgomery County, sports thing, but those who are in this area, gotta appreciate what the Commanders are doing.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to make sure. I mean, even you called me after the Hail Mary. I don't never get a call from Bill. Like, did I see that?
Because it's so even though I didn't grow up in Maryland, I grew up in North Carolina. I grew up in the 80s, and at the time there was no Panthers. So it was in North Carolina. It was all Redskins. Some Cowboys, but it was mostly Redskins.
Yeah.
And so I grew up in the 80s, so I grew up when it was popping.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then I moved here.
Yeah.
I moved here in '89, and I had the 90, But I've been out for so long because I had no hope because I knew even if they got good stuff, they found a way to mess it up.
Yeah.
But this year, the change,
Yeah.
and now we playing a big game and at Christmas time. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't be more excited. Yeah. And I ain't got no basket. The basketball don't interfere with me watching the game tomorrow.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Now I think Jaden Daniels, man, has really revitalized this area.
He gives you that feeling.
Yeah.
They are in every game.
Yeah.
They have a chance to win every game because of him, because of what he can do, and it's And I think it's people would say, well, you had that RG3, and of course at the time that's the way you felt, but in hindsight and looking at everything, it wasn't going to work because of all the other things.
A lot of behind the scenes.
Jaden has a real chance to,
Well, we got a nice structure here now,
Yes.
from ownership all the way down to, the coaching.
The game itself tomorrow. How you feel? I feel good about it. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think Washington has a good chance to win.
Philly the best team in the NFL.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But I'm also, this is a little
who's better than them?
Who's better than Philly?
No, not even Philly. They ain't better. Who's better than Philly?
Kansas City the best team.
Kansas City is not the best team.
They're not better than Philly. Kansas City is winning all the
time champ.
Yes.
Three straight.
Yes.
Okay.
That don't mean
they got one loss.
That's different than being.
I know they got a legendary quarterback.
Look, they haven't won pretty. The winning always have to be pretty, but they get the job done.
I agree.
They beat every team except for Buffalo. Even the Buffalo game, they was in the game.
But Philly has the most complete team. They got the best defense in the league.
Well, Philly really should have lost last week.
Best running back.
They got a top receiving core.
Philly really should have lost to Carolina. So what are we saying?
What are you saying? Hold up. Kansas City should have lost every game then.
With
that logic.
When you're the two-time champ.
Nah, you can't put an asterisk with two-time champ. Like they could have lost to Carolina. What you talking about? They missed the field goal.
All I know is they won 2 straight championships, right? And we talking about Philly.
We're talking about this year.
We're talking about right now.
We talking about right now.
16 of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. They might get that L tomorrow. I know that. So
who?
Philly.
No, they might. I got a good feeling. I feel good right now.
I don't think they're going to lose. I don't think they're going to lose. But if they win, I mean, Commanders win, I'll be excited. But
I believe in the do factor. I don't think Philly's winning out. They're going to lose one game. They won 10 in a row right now.
They say Quan going for that title, man. They trying to break that Eric.
Yeah.
Man, Eric Dickerson's record is 40 years old.
I mean, he had 17 games to do it. Eric Dickerson probably, what was it, 15 games?
But the record he broke, did you know that Eric Dickerson broke the record 16 games? The record was 14.
Right.
Okay, bye.
So it's the same. It's the same. So, I mean, if you could do it, it's tough. 17 games, the way it is, I mean, it's a money-maker thing.
Yeah.
They don't care about these dudes.
But but definitely, just going back to Jaden Daniels, she definitely, I look at it as like an RG3 thing, like the way the city embraced them and so forth. But definitely, it's a different level, and
I think it's even bigger than RG3.
I think so.
Well, now it is, But I'm just saying, like the feeling was the same.
That's
when RG came, right? When RG came, we were down.
I ain't gonna lie, when RG came, it was a black and white. It was a black and white. But they had people argument with Mike Shanahan, don't really like him. Right. RG, he get hit every week, his leg dangling. You know what I mean? I mean, we were excited. I mean, but it's different. It's different now. Our organization is in. It's not.
That's the part. I mean, back then I understood it somewhat. I knew Dan Snyder was a bad owner back then, but I didn't realize that he could hold the whole organization down. Yeah. And like I said, in hindsight, I understand that RG3, or it don't matter. If we would have drafted Andrew, they would not have succeeded here. It doesn't matter.
It was toxic.
They would not have succeeded.
You know what I think it was? I think the Indians put a curse. I'm just saying, man.
Well, they should put the curse on Kansas City. Kansas City in there doing the chop and all that other.
The Indians in Kansas City like that. Yeah. They ain't like it over here, man. When they moved over, they ain't like Jack can't cook. They 18-year-olds.
Only you would know.
Just saying. So
he had the wild Jack King Cook back. They had the wild white shoes on the hood of the car in Georgetown. The young girl, remember?
Damn.
It wasn't even been. It wasn't been 10 years. It was a good thing.
See, y'all starting that
Late
stuff.
80s,
On the hood of a car.
He had a real young wife.
He was smashing on the hood.
No. She was like drunk out in Georgetown and riding on the hood of the car or something crazy. She was doing something crazy.
I don't remember that, but all right, Bill, that's something special right there.
I don't think
You're gonna make me Google that, Joe. Hey, it sounds. I think Commanders is good because the Wizards some garbage, Nationals garbage, Capitals just tried to win.
The Capitals actually.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't follow it like that. I follow it.
They one of the top teams and they doing it.
I want to see the best.
They doing it.
They be coming back like Sunday.
It might be. Yeah,
They've been winning without it.
Maryland was bad. Georgetown was
Maryland's
bad.
been rolling this year.
Nah, they got Derek Queen from this. He's
And they got a couple of transfers.
yeah. So
Georgetown's
playing well too.
They breaking the other day.
Right, so they 9-2.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So we'll see where it ends up at.
So I just want to throw the Commanders piece in there. So we're gonna wrap. We appreciate the guests that we had, Anthony Wells and Jaysen Moise, and hopefully we're gonna continue to give shine to players.
Yes, sir.
In the future, others that want to be on this, you can reach out to us. Otherwise, we're gonna reach out to the ones that've been playing with us. All right. But anything y'all want to say?
Yeah,
I enjoyed doing the podcast. It was at first when I came in, I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but it just seemed natural, so it's good.
Yeah, we're going to continue to get out to games and, watch a lot of these Montgomery County games. We got some good games coming up. We had some nice battles, some nice rivals this week, so we look forward to future games and getting the opportunity to talk to some of the players, some of the key players.
Yeah. I would tell the players, you never know who's watching you. All right, so you gotta play like NBA GM is watching, right? Because you never know, right? Your action, your body language, people see it. You think the little thing on the bench that you're doing that no one saw, we see it, right? So make sure you're a leader every time you're out, especially if we acknowledging me here. Don't be the one where somebody texts me, send me something or bad body language or whatever, right? Be that leader so that everyone can recognize you guys. That's what we're trying to do with this. So we appreciate y'all. Appreciate the producer, Tyrone.
Yep.
And we out. Thanks.
We out.
All right.